taking so long? Because you just have to go to the filing cabinet, make a copy, and release them.
Well, the answer is, what we have always done in my family is Jane does them. And she's been out on the campaign trail. We will get them out. We'll get them out very shortly. It's not a big deal.
Uh-oh, Jane does his taxes, and that could be problematic. Wait till you hear this, folks. Joining us now is Jillian Melchior, who is political editor with Heat Street. We'll talk about that in a second. And a fellow with the Independent Women's Forum. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, so talk about Heat Street. It launched yesterday?
Monday. We're brand new.
Yeah.
It's a News Corp publication, but it's young, it's millennial, it's libertarian. The idea is to challenge conventions, challenge the popular narrative, and go after the politically correct. Our motto is no safe spaces.
Yeah, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, so you wrote a piece, which I find amazing. This story is amazing, that there are Catholic parishioners who are saying that Bernie Sanders' wife, who you just heard Bernie say, she does my taxes, they want her investigated for fraud.
Yes.
What's
Federal
that all
bank
about?
fraud.
Yeah, my gosh.
So she was the president of Burlington College, tiny little college in Vermont, 300 students. And when she was president, she wanted to expand this college. So she took out $10 million in loans to acquire this diocese land being sold off for a sex abuse settlement. So in order to get that $10 million loan, she repeatedly said, and I went through about 900 pages of financial records, so I'm talking repeated, that the college had $2 million or more in fundraising pledges and fundraising commitments. So she gets the loans, and then she doesn't get the fundraising. It doesn't match. In fact, one year, the first year, it was supposed to be $1.2 million, according to what she had repeatedly said. $279,000 is what was raised. So the question now that the parishioners are asking is, did she knowingly misrepresent fundraising pledges to get the loan? Yeah, because if she did knowingly misrepresent it, that's a federal crime, and it's a fairly serious one.
Yeah, well, where is this legally speaking at this point? I mean, is this just parishioners requesting? I'm sure there are lawyers involved. Are they going to go to court, to prosecutors? How does this work?
Yeah, well, so Burlington College, first of all, ended up having to sell off some of the land, defaulted on the loan, but the parishioners ended up the diocese took a $1.5 to $2 million haircut on this whole endeavor. So they want it investigated. They had a lawyer who's the vice chair of the Vermont GOP reach out to the U.S. Attorney General in Vermont, to the FDIC Inspector General. Of course, they won't say whether or not they're investigating it, but they do take allegations like this fairly seriously.
I would imagine
they're pushing for it.
Yeah. Now, I'm not amazed, but you would think, I mean, if this were, I mean, Donald Trump's wife wouldn't be, she is who she is, but if this were Donald Trump's son or anybody related to Donald Trump's campaign, I would think, let alone an immediate family member like a wife, we would all know about this. Why is this, you did great work on this, why is this not, and I often, even when you were at the other place you were at, they often ask you that, why are we not hearing more about this? It's such a big story, and it comes down to, in my view, media bias.
Well, I do think there's been a lot of attention on both of the frontrunners. On Hillary Clinton, we certainly know about her scandals, and on Donald Trump. I've got to give a lot of credit to the local Vermont media. I mean, Vermont's not exactly a conservative place, and they were just dogged in investigating this. So I think, maybe it's media bias, and maybe it's just that there is a lot to pay attention to this election cycle. There is a lot.
There is a lot. No, there's a lot. But, it's funny because when it comes to Bernie Sanders, and I don't want to get too far off here, I think the reason he doesn't go after Hillary more on the emails or whatever, you remember that little talked about Bernie 40 years ago wrote about how women fantasize about being raped by three men when they're having sex with their spouse or boyfriend, and that the media's, it was 40 years ago. Yet they asked Trump, hey, when you built Trump Towers 40 years ago, you had Polish workers there. They were illegals. What do you say about that? He says, but I don't know. But it just
Trump's got his issues too. I certainly think
there's their issues.
But that's kind of the point of politics and the point of journalism. More important for me, that you ask people these questions. And I think at Heat Street, that's what we're going to do. We want to hit every politician. If you don't want it printed, don't let it happen.
All right. So the next step, I know you got more coming out on this. I mean, what could we, give us a little tip? Like, where is this headed? Is this? Is she? I mean, before the primary cycle is up, could we see her being charged, called in for questioning, something of that nature?
I won't speculate on that. I've tried to find out the answers to it, and they're closed-lipped on investigations. I do think it's interesting that Burlington College almost went bankrupt on this. Here you've got Jane Sanders, the wife of Bernie Sanders, taking a $200,000 severance package from a college on the financial precipice. But I think, I would
has
look
that
more
one in her
into-
back pocket in case she really needed it.
She might, yeah. But I think there's going to be more that comes out about Jane Sanders' tenure at Burlington College. In fact, I can guarantee it.
Very, very interesting. And where can people go to see the new website?
HeatST.com.
HeatST.com.
Yeah.
And ST for street.
Heat Street.
I figured that out. Great to see you,
Thank
as
you.
always. Good luck. We'll have you back soon. All right, folks, a very interesting story, and well, we'll see where it goes. Up next, the co-founder of the Committee to Unleash Prosperity, along with others like Larry Kudlow and Stephen Forbes. Stephen Moore will be here, so more is ahead. Don't go away.